Crystal, who was it?
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. Good one. I would love to meet Billy as well. Good one. All I got was the first name. I didn't get to the last name yet. So that's what you could do with anybody. But see, it's slower.
It's not. Counting with my eyes.
What's that?
You can see me counting with my eyes.
Yeah, of course. Okay,
so
now
could you tell me?
Think of your husband's bank account number. And no, don't do.
I don't even know it.
What's the best TV show in the world right now? I don't know. This guy's asking me over and over. I don't know the best TV show. The most entertaining show.
Schitt's Creek is great right now, and
Everyone
also
said that. I haven't had a chance to really get into Schitt's Creek. I want to see it though.
Love it, but I can't get the last season because it's on Pop TV. But you have to wait to get it on Netflix. But it's amazing. I love it. It's so funny.
Underrated show that everybody should watch. Fauda. Fauda. It's on Netflix. Fauda. It's got 2 seasons already. A 3rd season's coming up. It came out of Israel. It's about these special operations soldiers. It's crazy intense. You will binge this thing till 4 a.m. It's nuts.
Why? What's it about?
It's so good. It's just like an action show. Action show out of Israel, subtitled.
Did you ever watch the Sacha Baron Cohen one that I was telling you about? That takes place at the Spy.
I think I started that. Good night, Theo. I love you. I think.
Get into it.
Yeah, he's gonna keep saying yes, Fauda. Yes, there's my fans on Fauda. That show's the best. I am waiting. April 16th, season 3 comes out. We're gonna still be stuck in quarantine. Can I do a Zoom show? I think I will do a Zoom show at some point. I wonder how you can get a bunch of people. Like Instagram Live, you can only add one person at a time. Maybe I'll add people randomly during Instagram Live and read their minds over the air.
You'd rather do that than Zoom? Zoom, you could have like 5, 6. You could have as many.
Zoom, yeah, I would do Zoom. Parks and Rec, best episode ever was 99 Meetings. Everybody go back and rewatch 99 Meetings, Parks and Recreation. Hysterical.
Are you guys writing this down? People could watch this after it's aired.
Yeah.
I mean, after.
Thanks for the shout out, Dylan.
Hi. My mom's friend is I could set it up. Oh, yeah, she lives in Israel. What was it? Who's asking questions? Because I haven't looked
Fire
at
away.
the screen.
Anybody want some questions before I go back to quarantine drinking?
What are you drinking? I hope it's Coors Light.
Beer. I have currently, I'm very German beer called Spaten. Spaten. I like Kona beer. The Kona Big Wave Golden Ale is very good. I don't know.
Very Hawaiian.
Whatever, wine. I don't discriminate.
And what people don't know about Oz also is that Oz is a fabulous swimmer. He swam 2 miles.
A fabulous swimmer.
You are. Well, you're better than I am.
Billy wants to see my my mustache. This is my buddy Billy Chasen.
Well, it's not just a mustache.
Stalking me, Billy.
If you didn't have a beard, then it would be a mustache. But right now, it's like a whole thing. It's like an ensemble.
There's no connectors. This is I don't know. It's not itchy anymore. I want to see Westworld. I watched the first season. I didn't get into it, but now the trailer looks very good for the next one. So we'll see.
You think you could grow a beard the way Michael did?
I don't think I can. I don't think I'm capable of a beard. Not to be too vain right now and looking, but I just can't.
I once watched.
I feel like I'm a 12-year-old boy.
I once watched the Discovery Channel with a lion's den, and they literally ostracized the male lion that didn't grow a mane. So, nature's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, nature doesn't.
You'd be ostracized. You'd be doing mentalism for another fucking group. Like you had no.
Somebody
can I get into your family?
A mentalism show. The day I get a mentalism show, everything's getting shaved off. I go back to squeaky clean corporate. But it might be. I might have a beard like Castaway. Screaming Wilson like Tom Hanks. Wilson, I'm going to show up to my first show, full beard. And then maybe just shave it all off and just leave the mustache so everyone thinks I'm a cop.
No.
Just go full cop style. For those who don't know, great comedian. Do you know Michael Vecchione? Mike Vecchione. Mike Vecchione, legend from the Comedy Cellar. Really hysterical stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching him.
Mike Vecchione.
Yeah.
So he used to have a joke all about the fact that he looks like a cop. I mean, he'll act about it. He's so funny, man. Right now, Sam Morrill's killing it. I watched Sam Morrill's stand-up special. He self-produced it. I'm a huge fan of his work. My buddy Gary Veter, I wonder if he's ever going to see this, but Gary was on America's Got Talent with me, and he's friends with all these guys. He's amazingly funny. Gary Veter, Vider. You should follow him. And I mean, there's so many good comedians. I've opened for you're a big fan of Jim Gaffigan. I've opened for Jim a couple times at corporates, and
one of my favorites.
He's just an absolute killer. Even though it's funny because
basically every celebrity, even on a different professional level, like you met them because you did mentalism for them at their parties or whatever, you know.
I've met a lot of people like that, which is good fortune. Where I'm doing stuff where, like when I was on Jimmy Fallon, Emma Stone and Chris Rock were the other guests. So you're in the green room and you get to, I went in the other room and did stuff for Chris Rock. And at some point you just want to stop and be like, "You're fucking Chris Rock, man!" And then I met him like 2 other occasions since. And it's funny because a lot of these comedians are very shy people when they're not performing. They're very introspective, deep. I mean, it takes a real mind to layer a joke.
Yeah.
We're waiting to say something funny. Give us a good one-liner. Give us a joke. Victoria the comedian, you got to make us laugh. This is, I read your mind. Do you have any great jokes for us?
Oh my God. I haven't even thought of a joke in so... I mean, no, I just wrote a meme, but I don't think that would be a one-liner joke. Like, I'm really worried about what's going on today in the news. Like, I'm really getting anxiety. I'm taking some sleeping pills now. Like, I don't even know what to do, you know? I mean, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
is this a setup for a joke right now, or are you just bringing it down?
You know the whole crisis? You know the whole crisis with the Kardashians having a fight? Like, I can't fucking get over it.
I didn't know about this, but I could see it going somewhere. It seemed very, very legitimate, like the anxiety.
It is. No.
I still think your funniest joke ever was when you were saying, like, I'm a writer, and I write all the time. I can't stop writing. I do it for a huge company.
Wait. Don't say it. I'll say it.
All right, you might steal your joke.
Well, no, it's not stealing. It's just that, you might butcher it. So, well, okay. So, I went to a parent-teacher conference, and there was this teacher. She was totally judging me. She looked at me up and down, and she's like, "What's it like being a stay-at-home mom?" And I said, "What makes you think I'm a stay-at-home mom?" She says, "Your pajamas." I was like, "Oh, yeah? I'll have you know that outfit happens to be a writer's uniform." "Yeah, I write from home." So she said, "Oh, who do you write for?" I said, "I don't want to brag or anything, but I write for this really large network. I'm sure you heard of it. It's called Facebook. Yeah, I upload on the daily."
Was it network? Because I don't think you used the word network in the joke. You said I write for a huge company, Facebook. And it was just like the delivery, the timing, and the fact that, the trailing. I think there's so many, I don't know, people have different styles. Like, especially, I don't want to group or categorize, but like with female comedians, ones that have blown up, like an Amy Schumer, you see the non sequitur and kind of the change in the delivery. Like your other buddy, Mark Normand, very similar with it. Even though he's got, I don't know, his cadence.
Yeah, he has a cadence.
He has a cadence to him. I don't know if people watching this are like comedy dorks, but yeah.
I was kind of rushing through the show because you know it and I know it so well. So like, we're gonna keep, and I can keep going with it. Like I wanted to one up her, and I said, "Where did you graduate?" She goes, "I graduated top of my class at NYU with some Latin sorority shit like masturbata, come harder." Like, yeah. Well, you got to sit with my kid all day and teach him shit. She's like, "You win."
Yeah, I don't know. Are people out there right now using this time to do things that are productive? That's my real curiosity, because on Instagram, everybody's like, live for the moment, really use this time. Or is everyone just doing nothing and just Netflixing, eating and drinking? Quarantine 15. There's the freshman 15 and the quarantine 15.
Yeah.
They're just go back to the fridge, go back to the couch, watch something. Rinse, lather, repeat. I don't know what is happening in the world where people are sitting down. No one's reading the books that they were like, "I'm going to read this book when I have time." All you have is time. You're not reading that book.
No. You're a reader. You're a very fast reader.
You can gobble up nothing better than a good book. But this phone, this device I'm holding in my hand right now is ruining the world. Like, the smartphone to me is, I think, worse than anything. It just zaps your attention span. All you do is have this dopamine hit. Every time it vibrates, I'm like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Yeah. Michael
too. We're watching, finally got him to sit down and watch anything Netflix. Anything that I want him to watch. He has his phone. What's that?
I don't know what just happened.
You just showed us the other side of the world.
How do I go back?
You gotta go, that. So Michael never watched anything, right? But now, even when he watches a comedy with me, he has his phone. If it rings, if you text him, it's like, what? I'm like, it's O's. O's will text you later. Just watch the goddamn stand up for 40 minutes. He can't do it.
Yeah, no, it's the YouTube generation. It's very difficult. I know, but really good books are great. I think for a lot of people, listen, there's the levels right now. Like
when you're on a plane and you can't use. When you're on a plane and you always travel, you can't use any electronics or whatever. You're gonna obviously go onto your to
No,
books.
I sleep. Oh my God! I get on a plane. I'm wearing that mindfold. I'm wearing earplugs. I get on the plane. I'm in a hoodie. I am asleep within 30 seconds.
I can't sleep.
I can sleep from the moment before we take off to when the wheels hit the ground. There are weeks when I'm flying 5 or 6 days of the week, 7 days in a row. I will. Oh, thanks. Your publicity stunts are unique and great. Thank you.
What other stunt?
I gotta figure out some new stunt to do during this era.
You know what other stunt O's did, and he got me to do it 5 minutes before I did it? Skydiving.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? In Hawaii.
My wife went skydiving too.
Yeah, I know. Before I did that time, but I remember going with you. We were just going to watch you do it or drop you off. I don't know what we were doing. We were watching you, and then all of a sudden, you're like, I think you asked me, or Michael said, "Do you want to go up?" And I'm like, "No." And then I went first.
Yeah, he pushed you out.
I was
like he.
Yeah, basically. I didn't get a seat. I didn't get a seat on the plane. I literally was on the floor, and you were in the back, and you're like, "Hey, Vic," and I'm like, "I'm going first." What? Anyway, if you're going to skydive, I recommend Hawaii to skydive because the wind is big and the view is great. But you don't really see the view.
What are our favorite books? My favorite book that I'll recommend to people, this is top 10, but this is one that I always know that anyone I recommend to is going to love because I like science fiction. I like memoirs. I do some business/self-help books, but that's not my favorite. I really like a good fiction book I get lost in. Replay by Ken Grimwood. Everyone I've ever recommended to, every single person has loved it. It's a book. It's almost like Groundhog Day, but much better. Where what would you do? Replay. What would you do if you could live your life over and over and over? It's so well written. It's just a complete page turner.
You can gobble up a book in 2 minutes. You're a very fast reader, and you also comprehend it. So not everybody could get everything that you're recommending, but I could say maybe if you're on your level. So were you really freaking amazing in math? Because you're
I was very good at math as a kid. Not as much now. Now I've just become dumb, but I used to be very smart.
No, because you couldn't do what you're doing today in any of your acts if you didn't know math the way you did. Oh wait, so what age were you when you started thinking, yeah, I could do this? What was it? I know it was a gradual. Tell us, walk us through.
I quit my job in 2005, so crazy.
No, before that.
I did this since I was a teenager. I was always doing magic tricks, card tricks, magic tricks, coin tricks, rope tricks. Add yourself in sponge balls.
But there was no internet. What did you do to absorb all? How did you learn?
I buy books and videos. I go to a brick and mortar, a magic store, and I befriend all the other magicians. There was another magician. Shout out to Ryan Hertz of Farmington Hills, Michigan, who I would drive crazy. Literally, I would drive this person crazy. I was 14 years old. He was the other magician in the school where I went to high school, and I just followed this kid around. He used to do a trick where you take a ring, you borrow someone's ring, you put it on your hand, you pull it off with the other hand, you blow, it's gone. Both hands are empty, no sleeves, just gone. And then I am the key, thanks, man, restaurant gigs. And then somebody else can reach in your pocket, or you do, and you take out Alex Vaz. Dude, I got to get a picture from when you were like a teenager with me at Watch Magic. That's a classic photo. And I would look at Shlomo. I would take out this little wallet, and inside would be hooked onto a key ring. Locked in there is a ring. And so that was one of the first tricks I ever saw. Blew me away. Literally blew me away.
So then how did you jump to mentalism?
Mentalism is a different beast. So when most teenagers, they want to do magic because there's more moves, there's more excitement, it's more fun. What's that?
It's more of a chick magnet.
It's a chick magnet. I don't know. Well, mentalism, magic, both. Actually, magic is more visual, but mentalism is all presentation. So you can't really, there's no moves. You can't sit in front of a mirror and do mentalism. versus if you're a kid and you want to like practice moves and it's almost like juggling. You can get better and better and better at card tricks without anyone being there. And so it's very good if you're not that into performing, or if you have insecurities. A lot of people have a lot of fear of rejection. So you don't want to go perform, because what if you blow it? What if you screw up? It's very jarring at a certain age, even now, to go into a place. Most people fear rejection. So what's strong about
it.
What's that?
I'm used to rejection.
You're used to it. Yeah, listen, me too. Also, you need to disentangle yourself from who you're representing. So that was a big thing when I was growing up, is I started to think, I'm not being rejected. It's almost like having a split personality.